Three of the main concepts that really actually hit home with me were staffing, talent management, and sexual harassment under employment law. So, with staffing, basically what it is the process of getting employees on and into your business, whether it's part time, full time, you have benefits or not. It's basically getting people into the business to work for you and do the jobs that you specifically hired them on for. Starting out, you have to, through HR, you actually have to advertise for the opening for that said job. Next, people apply and basically come in, you give an interview, and filter out who you think would be the best person for that job. Um, from there, they go on through training if you have training and go straight into work. How it applies into the workspace, just about every business, unless it's a really tiny company, actually has employees. So everybody has to go through filter people, go through the hiring process, have all sorts of staffing for a majority of companies. Um, Almost every place has a manager or managerial position or kind of task to fill out and fill in for. So all the managers will actually go through and hire who they think is the best. Going forward, this information will help me because wanting to go into starting a bike and ski shop, I cannot personally do that all by myself, whether it's just rentals or doing service and having a brick and mortar store. I will have to go through, advertise for those positions, get people to apply, and make sure that pay is right and make sure everything is right for them and that they're doing the jobs that they're supposed to be doing. And so staffing will be eventually a huge part of the business that I want to go into. So the second big aspect for me was the talent management. This is basically the attraction, selection, and retention of employees in a business. Basically, all encompassing like the workforce planning, employee engagement, and development of the entire store. So, with this, most stores will sit there and have employee engagement, which we sit and talk about what we could do differently in the store, what we could do to keep people in the store and also to attract people to the store. A lot of it has to come with like the reputation of each shop. For my case, ski and bike shop. If you have a good reputation for good service and good sales, a lot of people want to come actually work for you, especially with the loss of employees over the last few months and people not wanting to work. People actually will look at it and actually maybe want to come in and work for a high, like top dollar place. I will end up using this big time because I think keeping people in the shop and wanting to work with the talents that they have in that field is a huge deal because the more people I can have on, the better throughout the years. So that will definitely be a huge process for me and good thing to transfer over into my personal business. The third and final part that hit home with me was the sexual harassment under employment law. Um, Basically, it states that any sexual advances, whether it's verbal, physical, or just any kind of advance towards any employee, is highly illegal and can be taken to court big time for it and fired immediately. It's nothing to really mess around with. Um, I have seen multiple instances of this throughout, whether it's high school and being in that kind of workplace, or even just in a bike and ski shop, um, people get fired back and forth because they are not smart about this. It applies in our workplace over at Sportsman, pretty big, because there is a good majority of like 50-50 male and female employees throughout the entire store. So they do have very strict policy on any kind of harassment, honestly, whether it's yelling, um, or actual physical harm to anybody. And they sure do not mess around with the sexual harassment. And I will be taking this to my future bike and ski shop, because um, females and males both will work in this industry. Maybe not as many females, but there definitely will be some. And not saying that it doesn't happen to men either, but it's mostly happening to women. And just to have those laws like in place to make sure everybody is safe and secure if anything were to happen, and feel safe. So that is the last part that I actually will be taking into heart when really focusing on trying to start up a bike and ski shop.